What's up, guys? Sitting for that one here, it really interested. So this girl share a story how she meet this man, and them start to talk and them extra number. So you know the way as how the man a cheat her, she start fall for the man. Zine, further down in the relationship, she get to find out say the man her father. Guys, me I go share the video and make you hear what I go on, but trust me, you see when she get down in a part 2 and part 3 and part 4 and part 5, I guess I get interested.
So I want to tell you guys a story on how I fell in love with a man only to find out he's my dad. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish the story, but yeah, I'm going to try to say just the important parts of the story. So a friend of mine and I went out to this other restaurant that I'm not going to mention the name. Right. It's a restaurant / bar. So my friend and I meet up there. Right. I arrived first. So when I arrived, there were these 4 men beside the table that I sat on. Right. Then my friend arrived, and then we're catching up. We're looking nice. We're taking content. Everything is nice, right? Then a waiter comes, and then he's like, the waiter for those guys, not our waiter. He comes to us on some, I was sent by that group to ask you guys, which shots would you like? You know? And then we're like, my friend drinks tequila, I drink blowjob. I know how that sounds like. But yeah. So they bring my 3 blowjobs and her 3 tequila. Okay, cool. And then we order happily. Then we chill. So while we're chilling, one of the guys comes. Right? Okay, cool. He comes, he sits next to my friend. Blah, 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 blah. Introduces himself. Oh, hi. Blah, 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 blah. Just normal conversation, you know. Okay, cool. He then says, he tells me, he's like, I like your friend. And I'm like, tell her she's like literally in front of you. Like, and then he's like, you can tell her for me, and then I can tell her that my friend likes you. I'm like, which of your friends? He points at him. And I'm like, but why are you speaking on his behalf? He's like, let me call him. He's gonna speak for himself. He calls him by the name. I can't mention his name. And then he comes through. Okay, cool. Guys, it's not the first time you get approached by somebody who's your dad's age or whatever, an older man, a matured man. Like, so for me, it wasn't a shock, that these male are, it's either they wanted something or it happens. Honestly, it happens, right? Then we have a conversation. They end up joining our table, like all of them. Then it's a vibe, blah, 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 blah. We're all chilling, we're drinking. Now it's nice. The vibe is nice. They even paid our bill. Right. Now it's time to go home. So what did? Before I knew that he's my dad, already I was calling him dad. I skipped the part that Udedi was wearing a ring. But I didn't ask because it was none of my business. Okay? It was literally none of my... Sorry to the married men, but we know you're like nasty out there, so there was no need for me to ask. Cool. When I leave, we Ubered. We Ubered different because my friend was going to her own place. I was going to my own place. And then Udeli asked for my numbers. I gave Udeli judging. He can judge me. I gave him my numbers. Cool. Later, he checked up on me. Are you home safe? I'm home safe. I'm also home safe. Good night. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay. Good night, Daddy. Nice vibes, right? I slept. In the morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How was your night? Those casual conversations. Then fast forward, he asked for a date. And of course, I went, right? When I see him this time around, he's not wearing the ring. So I'm thinking, like in my head, I'm like, he's probably married. He removed it because of me. But also now that he's removed it, I'm not going to ask anything about it. Cool. We had a nice date. The date was nice. Fast forward, Daddy and I are now dating. Right? Okay, at that time, my boyfriend and I are now dating. My boyfriend and I are now dating. I mean, I found a man. He's not bad looking. He's just okay. He's okay. He treats me right. We are dating and it's nice. Casually dating. Like when I call him, I get him. Like, everything was nice. Everything was normal. We would go out on dates. We'd go out, drink together. Everything was nice. And his friend would be there and my friend would be there. It was a vibe. All right. So now, mind you, I don't know my dad. Truthfully, I don't know my dad. My mom just told me that my dad abandoned us. They broke up. And yeah, he just, basically he didn't think that my mom was telling the truth. Because apparently, not that I'm exposing my mom, but my mom was busy with another male while dating my dad at the time. So my dad didn't trust that it's his child, I'm his child. And at the time, there were not that there were no DNAs, but people were not educated about DNAs, especially Manpumi Makaya. They're not educated about DNAs and stuff, right? So that's how, So I've never met my dad. Cool. So now fast forward, I don't know if something bothered him or whatever, but miraculously, my boyfriend, spoke to my mom on Facebook. How's life? Catching up with your ex. How's life? Blah, 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 blah. Ngiyaphila. Unjani umntana? And then my mom was like, ubuzilani ngomntana because wampika, And then my boyfriend was like, my boyfriend was like, how were you telling the truth that was my child? Then my mom said, I was telling the truth. Why would I lie? And then it was a thing with, you were messing with me and messing with this other guy. Blah, 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 blah. They were fighting. My mom made me read the conversation. Yeah, you were busy with this other guy. So how was I supposed to trust you? Are you really, really sure that's my child? Do you know what this would do? Because now I'm a married man. Hey, so this child... but I can't let my child grow up without knowing me, blah, 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 blah. If this is true, can we do a DNA? All of a Sunday, DNA. DNA all along. My mom is like, I don't mind. You get? Sharp. Then my mom calls me like, well, you need to come home. I need to tell something. Cool, I go. I'm not even expecting anything. I go, we have a talk. My mom is like, guess who sent me an inbox on Facebook? Who's like, your dad? My dad. Yep. Your dad is a married man, blah, 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 blah. And he wants to meet you, but he wants to do DNA. I agreed, but that's if you are okay with it. Do you want to meet him? I mean, I was happy. I met my dad, and I asked my mom, since he's saying you were messing with another man, are you sure he's my dad? My mom is like, I'm 100% sure. Okay, I'm like, if you are sure, then I don't mind. And if you are okay with it as well, because I need to check if you are okay. My mom is like, I don't mind. If you want to meet your dad, it's okay with me. Okay, cool. And then they set up a date where we're going to meet, and then so that we can go do DNA test. The day arrives. The day where I lost a man. The day where I lost a man and gained a dad. I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny. So the day arrives, my mom and I arrive first, right? Let me just do part 2 because this thing is finishing. So let's go to part 2.